Yes, it is recording right now.
Okay, so welcome back. And in the last tutorial, we have seen how we can run an Python application. Now I'm going to show you how we can run a Node application. Uh, I actually didn't have to show this because concept is same, but you guys might have some question. Okay, we know how to run Python app, but we don't know how to run a Node app. So that's why I'm going to create another video about how to run Node app with Docker. So basically every concept is same. With the same concept, you can run any application or any language using Docker. So this is actually our package.json file. It is similar to the requirement.txt of Python, and in Node.js or JavaScript, we use something called package.json file. Okay. Then server.js. It is actually the Python's equivalent. It is actually equivalent of app.py of Python's. Here there is nothing. It is just uh, printing hello world. It is just responding hello world, nothing else. And also you can see it is running on port 3000. Okay. It is running on port 3000. So those are very small thing. There is nothing fancy here. You can see there is a running command here. So if I had to run this without Docker, I just write npm start. If I write that, it will just run the server. But first I need to install those packages in our machine. But since I don't have that package installed, we are just gonna run this using Docker. So first thing first, I just need to go to the directory, node directory. Then we are going to create the Docker file and see how it is working. Okay. As I have mentioned in earlier video, first thing first, we just have to define the base image. So here, if I compare it with other Docker file, here we can see I have used the Python 3. Python image and the Alpine tag, and here I am just using the node image using this bullseye tag. And 23 is the node version actually. It's nothing else. It's the node version. I can also use Ubuntu, but Ubuntu does not have Node installed in it. So I need to install Node.js separately, like with this Node.js npm. But I don't want to do that. Also, I want to reduce my image size. That's why I have directly used the Node image of Bullseye. You might wonder, how do I know if my image exists? You can just copy. You can just go to Docker Hub, Docker Hub, and search for Node directly here. Here you can see there are many images of Node. Like if you want to use version 23, you can see version 23 has Alpine to 3.12, the base Alpine, the Bookworm, Bookworm Slim, Bullseye, Bullseye Slim. These are the 23 version of images of Node. Then is 20, Node 22. For Node 22, there are Alpine 3.20, Alpine, Bookworm, Bookworm Slim, Bullseye, Bullseye Slim, etc. etc. Then there is Node 20. Same. You can install any version as you want if it uh, works with your environment. If your app itself does not work Node 23, then you cannot use the Node 23. Let's say you have built an app that is using Node 18, so it might not work on Node 23. Then in that case, you have to just use a Node 18 or any image of Node 18. Okay, so we are just going to use the Alpine itself. No, sorry, Node 23. And Node 23, I am here using the Bullseye. if you can remember earlier, I have used the bookworm, but currently I'm using, what is it, Alpine, and now here it is bullseye. Then the subsequent commands are same. I have set a work directory. I have copied the package.json file and copy it as it is. Then I run the install command to install the packages. Then I have copied everything else. Then expose the 3000 port and run the actual command npm start. Now, if I want to build this image, I have to do same thing like docker build. Let's copy the command from the earlier. Okay, docker build, then tag. We're just going to tag the image. We're just typing node API. Then give it a tag name. I'm just writing latest. Then dot means the docker file is present in this same folder. In the node folder, it will search for the docker file. If the docker file is in another folder, we might have to write the name of that folder, like docker slash, or other folder like build. But since the docker file is inside this folder, we're just going to write dot here. Now if I press enter, it will build the image. So as always, it will take some time. It will first search if the images are present in our machine or not. If the image is present in our machine, it's just going to use the same image. And see, everything is cached since I have already run this command earlier. So nothing has to download from the internet. Okay. So I have just built the image. You can see the image like Docker images. Where is it? Here, Node API. You can see it is already here, but it is showing about an hour ago because I ran it about an hour ago using the same configuration. And please note the size. It's about 1.04 GB. Now let's run this image. So to run this image, we are just going to copy the same command as earlier, but let's change a few things. So we're going to write this docker run, then T means terminal, D means the test. So if I don't write D, it will block our terminal. Then I can write a name. Let's write it as Node API. Then port will be 3000 external port and internal port is 3000. You can see the internal port is 3000. Then restart unless stop. Then the actual image name, Node API / latest. You can see I have written it as Node API and tag is latest. If I press enter, it will start the container. See, it is running. If I visit the Node API, it is running. If I visit the terminal, you can see it is listening on port 3000. So it is working as expected. Now we are just going to, as well as earlier, we are going to reduce the image size from 1 GB to about less than 1 GB. For that, as well as I'm going to use the Alpine version. Alpine. Or if you don't know the image name, you can just go to the Docker Hub and see if the Alpine is present here. You can see 23 Alpine is present. So I can, to use this specific version, I can write either this tag or this tag or this tag or this tag or any tag here. If I want to use this version, I can use any tag here. If I want to use any this version, I can write any tag here. So you get the idea. latest or bookworm means same. Then 23 alpine and only alpine, this means same. Okay, so I have made change in this layer. So every subsequent layer will be run by Docker. So let's build the image again. Okay, it will take some time because I have made changes in the first layer. So it will download the Alpine image from Docker Hub. So it is downloading. It is about 51 MB. So maybe I have made a mistake in earlier video saying that image is about 6 MB. I don't know. Maybe it was 12 MB. Okay, let's see what happens now. It is downloading the OS. Downloading is complete. Then it will run the next command again. Okay, now it is running the next commands. Okay, now if I first see the image size, I hope it is reduced. It is only 170 MB. See, earlier it was 1.44 GB. It was 1.4 GB. Now it is reduced to 170 MB. So that's how actually, that is one of the way we can reduce our content image size. Now we're just going to run the image. Okay, so we have faced an error because this container is already running. So at first we need to stop this container. Docker stop node API. We can also remove this container also, Docker RM. Now we can again try to start the container. So it has been started 2 seconds ago, and let's see if it is working or not. Okay, it is now working. So everything is working. So now we might have the question, what is this container and image nonce things you are talking about? What is container? What is image? And what is container? You might think, is image and JPG image or PNG image? No, this is not that kinds of image. This is actually a Docker image. So Docker image is something your pre-built software. Like if you can see, I have built this image using this command, right? Docker build, then name the image and tag the image. Using this command, I have built the image, but I didn't run the image. When I run the image, it will run as a container. Okay, using image, I run actually container. That is the actually concept. Nothing fancy here. Everything is very easy. Okay, now I can Docker stop node API. Now the API, the container is stopped. You see, it has turned gray. Now this will not work. So yeah, that is all about. Actually, that is not all. That is just the beginning of Docker. But with this knowledge, you can run any application or any code or any language code. It will not actually matter. Everything works similar. Let's say I want to run a Go application. So we can use any image here. Let's say I can also use the Node application and install Go here, like install Go, Go lang. So I need to install Go here separately. Or what I can do is I can go directly to the Docker Hub and search for Go directly here. Go lang. So this is the official. Please always try to find the official image here. Sometimes you might have some unofficial image. You can also publish your own image in Docker Hub, but that is topic for another day. Always try to find the official image. So I can directly, what you can do is I can directly use the Golang here. You can just Docker. You can copy the name from here, paste it in here, and then choose the version. Let's say I want a stable version, and from here I can see that there is 1.24, but this is not stable. This is still in testing. It's like release candidate. RC means release candidate. It is not officially released yet. So I am going to, let's say, use an official stable version, that is 1.23.5. So which is 1.23.5. Now I'm just going to choose the operating system I'm going to use, which is, and there, let's see the options. There is Bookworm, there is Bullseye, there is Alpine 20.1 or Alpine, there is Alpine 3.20, there is Windows Server. Yes, there are multiple version of Windows Server. There is one called Nano Server. Yes, so I'm going to just use the Alpine, let's say. So I can directly just Alpine. So that way, if your ID is smart, it will suggest in here as well. See, it is suggesting the version. Okay, so that way I can easily use Go application as well. So it is not that hard. You guys can easily run every application. So till now, is there any more question?
No.
No.
Okay, so if there is no question,
So I have one question, but not related to this one. Like we have already created an image or a container and a container. So how can we share this to the tester or other developer, something like this?
okay, so this is an advanced question. As I have said a little bit ago, you can also publish your image in Docker Hub.
Okay.
Okay, so you can publish the image by uploading it in the Docker Hub. But that is a topic for another day. Um, but first, for now, just practice running Docker in your local machine. You might have some problem, you might face some struggle, but to overcome that struggle is the main homework for you. So in the topic of homework, please, for everyone, try to run one application. At least it can be Node application, it can be Python application, or it can be just normal HTML index.html file. It doesn't matter. You can run anything. Just run it using Docker. You can show it in the next day to me. Okay, this is the homework.
Okay, inshallah, next week we'll show it.
Okay, so we can stop the recording.